Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Aquarius. If Aquarius is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so tonight, our card is the Death card, which, if I had a little bell, ding, 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 winner, winner. Excuse me. I know, it doesn't seem like it when we see it. We think, oh my goodness. Ooh, not that death energy. But you know what? I love when I see this card because it means something that does not serve us is coming to an end. It is leaving our life. Is that always easy? No. No, it is not. But is it necessary? Absolutely. All right, let's take a look and see what these tea leaves have to say. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next reading comes out. It is free to subscribe. And if you'd like to like the video or leave a comment or all of the above, you are most welcome to. All right, let's see. We have the little Mario, excuse me, the little Mario mushroom. So we have death, and we have one of those little, what are they? The one-ups, the life-giving mushroom. So the universe is looking out for you, right? You lose a little bit, you gain a little bit more. Okay, we have 31 right up here. Let me get my stick. 31 right there. And I want to go over here because we have a person who is kind of being pushed over by this person who is holding the Ace of Wands. And I feel like I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, this is a person that really just like, I feel like somebody you maybe loved, you know, spent some time with, maybe you were married to. I don't feel like they respected you very much. I feel like this was somebody who really kind of stomped on your dreams. And now I'm thinking dreams because up here I'm seeing a person who's looking through a telescope. And we know the Star card is all about like these big goals of our life, the big dreams of our life, the paths that we must forge to get there, the things that we must do, the lessons we must learn, and so on and so on and so on. But I do feel like this is a person who, you know, really I feel made you feel small. You know, didn't listen to you, didn't take you seriously, probably very controlling. It doesn't necessarily have to be a spouse or a significant other. It could be a family member, right? Our parents are really good at doing this to us, aren't they? Or our siblings or whoever else, right? It could be that. But I feel like, you know, you, being the Aquarius that you are, recognize this at some point. Maybe it took a couple years. Maybe it wasn't that long. Maybe it was a couple months. I don't know. But some years, right? And if it's family, then yeah, it's like you got to wait till you're old enough to leave, probably. But I feel like you recognized at some point, saw. This is a person who, you know, treats people poorly. This is a person who, yeah, just like a soul-crushing being, right? And I, you know, I don't know that you immediately like stood up to them or had it out or anything like this. You know, more than likely, as most of us do, we just kind of make our exit the only way that we, any way that we can, right? And hopefully, you know, not setting off a huge series of events that are also, you know, too complicated and troublesome and traumatic and so on. That's not really what I'm seeing. But I also see we have the star here, you know, and I feel like you never lost sight of the things that you love. I feel like you always kind of have stayed true to yourself. You didn't let, you know, you didn't let them grind you down, right? And I hate, you know, I hate seeing this kind of stuff in the readings because it's all so prevalent, you know, and that's the thing about life, really, and doing, especially work like I do, or, you know, anybody that works with people, especially like in, you know, obviously therapy, counseling, this kind of thing, social work, and all of these kinds of places, you see and hear things that you wish didn't go on in the world, right? And it's terrible to see. I have the greatest empathy when I do see this, you know, because we've all been through it in one way or another. Some of us worse than others. But it's something that if you've been through it, you really, really hope that other people don't know what that feels like. You know, to be continually kind of, what is even the word? Alienated, you know, talked down to, verbally abused, and this kind of thing. So, you know, I think the good news here, though, is that this is our death. Okay? This is where escape happens. Now, we also have a rabbit right here. And looking at it, I just kept thinking, run, rabbit, run. Go, 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 go. Get out of there. You know. And I feel like that's so much of what you did. However that happened. And so we have the person up here, again, with the telescope, looking into the sky. We even have a star right up here. Okay? And so I just feel like it even still, even if you have made it, I'm looking at these letters up here. It looks like an E and A, but it also, there's an M over here. And it's like this calling. And this one looks like an L. So I just keep getting in my mind, this is like C-A-L. But also C-A-L-M, right? Calm. But there's like a calling. There's a calling, like a whisper. Like a, you know, if you've ever heard of the concept of these wind spirits, or like where I live on the prairie, right? There's a long, long history through multiple cultures of prairie spirits, and a lot of them have to do with the wind, because, you know, when the wind is going out here, it does sometimes sound like you can hear voices on the wind. And I feel it's like this thing that happens whenever stuff starts to get good for you. When you've worked your butt off and you've, gotten to a place where it's like, yeah, I'm making like advancements in my life. Things are, looking up. I feel like, yeah, I have some consistency, stability happening here. And then it's that thing. That thing starts showing up. You're not good enough. This is stupid. I hate saying that word. And I'm sorry to say it out loud, but this is meaningless. Whatever you're doing, it's never gonna last. And whatever. These things that those cursed words. These viruses that we carry with us. It doesn't even have to be the family that gives it to us, right? It could just be the world, the culture. We're inundated with it all day, every day. Not good enough. Not beautiful enough. Not smart enough. Don't have enough money. Whatever. Infinite things. But then when it's the family or somebody you have chosen to be with, trust. Bring into your sacred space. And they have the audacity to treat somebody else that way, to treat you that way. It doesn't make sense. But gosh, is it prevalent? So, here's the thing. I feel like you have done everything and you will continue to do everything in your power to free yourself of this mental prison. And you're going to win. You are cutting that death out of your life. I can imagine in my mind, and this is maybe a little grotesque, but yeah, all of this dead stuff that we carry with us in our knapsack that we have on as we travel down our path of life. I can see you getting in there, taking these pieces and throwing them, just throwing them out into the field or wherever, into the ditch, letting it go. It's not going to rule you anymore. Will it come to visit? Yeah. Yes, it will. Can you avoid it? Probably not. But you don't have to. Because you know yourself. You know who you are. You know what your worth is. You know that this is poison. You know that these are lies. You know that this is somebody else seeding you with their own misery. When people speak like this, when people behave this way, they're talking to themselves. Prove me wrong. You can't. They're talking to themselves. Especially when you see people talking to their children, their young children, any age children, but especially they're younger children, and they are just, you know, losing it, saying terrible things, calling them names. You know, they're not talking to that child. Of course, it affects the child, and it's, you know, that shouldn't be happening. But they're talking to themselves. And this is a generational curse. I don't really believe in curses. Not like, you know, we think of them. But it is a curse to infect somebody's mind with self-doubt, with belittlement, with calling them names, with, you know, all this. That is a curse. That's why they're called curse words, right? They infect the psyche. Well, I know, Aquarius, that you're a healer because you have chosen not to carry on this curse. And I would bet $1 million if I were a gambler and if I had anywhere near $1 million that if you've had children or a child or anybody that you care about in your life, that you absolutely, and listen, we all have our little slips, okay? But you absolutely are mindful about how you speak to people, how you treat people. You don't call them names. You don't put them down. You don't say the things that they like are bad or stupid or, you know, whatever. I think that you've actively fought against that because you will not pass it on. You will not partake in the infection of your bloodline. And that's what it is. Let's see if there's anything lighthearted here. I know, I get on one. I will get on one. It does, though. Sometimes in these readings, a lot of times really, it's like a vortex of feeling that really does come up. And I know I get positive comments about thank you for talking about these subjects. Thank you for normalizing these things. Not normalizing, but, you know, working on the stigma. Partially why I give you my story constantly, because I don't want you to think you're alone. I don't want you to think I'm singling you out or I'm speaking from a place of unknowing. We have all been through some stuff, right? And I will be damned if I have to hide that anymore. Now, I don't come here for therapy exactly. Sometimes maybe a little bit. But I will share my story with people, and I will continue to do so. And, you know, when these really, I mean, they get hard. And we'll talk about hard things. But the reality is, if you're here and you're listening to this, you're here for a reason. And I know that you're working towards escape. You're working towards healing. You're working towards, actively changing your life and the life of those around you, lives of those around you, whom you care for. That is the most important work of our life. And so I feel a kinship here. I know that you know, and you know that I know. And we are family because of that. So let's see. Let's see if there's any lotto numbers or something. Let's find something happy. I mean, this is happy ultimately, but, you know, something a little more lighthearted. Oh, we have a dog. Here's a little puppy. Right here, you can see the eyes, the nose. Looks like we also have a cat. I wonder if you have a home that is cat-dog mixed. Ooh, and we have the acorn. Oh, one of the most significant symbols I'll ever see, the acorn. The seed of life. It is the seed of life. And so here we are. You are a person that is, animals love you, okay? Absolutely. You get along with them, they get along with you. There's so much love there, okay? And I feel that you've put energy into these relationships that you have. I feel that it is important to you. I feel there's a sense of, wanting to save, wanting to help. Maybe you foster, maybe you are somebody who, has rescued some animals, Yes, please do not buy bred animals. I know some of you on here breed animals. I'm not judging you, but I am one of those, people. I know. Adopt, don't buy. Please, there's so many beautiful animals waiting for homes. But anyway, so a lot of animal energy in here. And the acorn. So to me, it's like, it's a reiteration of starting this life over. Letting things end and coming to a place of beginning from the start. Putting that acorn in the ground, letting it begin to grow, sprout, take root, right? Not being afraid to do so. We also, I feel that, and I don't like to say like, okay, you're pregnant or, there's a baby, but I do feel like there's a child coming into the family. For some reason, or maybe they're already here, they're the blessing of the family. I feel like there hasn't been a lot of children lately. This is maybe a grandchild, maybe your child, maybe a niece, nephew. Mermaids. For some reason, they like mermaids, maybe. Maybe they like to play mermaids in the swimming pool or something. But something about mermaids in this child. And they just feel like the light at the center of all things. This is like a renewal, right? And I feel like it really coincides with this era of you regrowing your life and doing it with such intent. It's beautiful how the universe kind of pairs these things. And it does. It will happen. Okay, so we have an oil lamp. So 3 wishes, right? With the jinn or genie. We also have a guardian angel. 2, actually. Trees. A storm. Now I almost wonder if there has been some kind of disaster or damage due to a storm or something, some kind of natural forces. I mean, nothing on purpose, right? But I see trees being knocked around and maybe even falling over. I don't know that it's your home though, because I see a plane as well. There's a plane right here. And so I kind of wonder if you are going to be a guardian angel for somebody else. Well, also your guardian angel is watching over you. Kind kind of feels like maybe you're going to be going to help somebody during a difficult time. Something going on in their life that has been quite destabilizing. And I feel like we have the 3 wishes, but I also feel like this is like prayers. Lots of prayers. Prayers being answered. Okay? And I feel like you're quite aware of that. And I feel like there's a sense of gratitude here. A lot of gratitude. I think that's important. This is an important time for that. I'm trying to think. It's almost like a red shirt. Something with a person with a red shirt. Or maybe it's like a sweater. A red shirt, red sweater. And what are they trying to show you? They're holding out their hand. They have something. It's like, and they have. What do you have? So, it looks like a note. Like the title to a car or something. I don't know, like some kind of certificate or I'm not sure. But they're showing you and they're smiling. I don't know. Like almost they're giving you something or they gave you something. They're very proud. That's what it feels like. Somebody who's very proud and so happy that they can help you or give you this or show you this. And I don't know. It seems like a fragment of a memory almost. I don't know. If that relates to you in any way, please let me know. I love when I hear from you. It doesn't have to be in comments. I know I get quite a few emails where people want to share things privately, and that's okay too. My email is in the description of each video there. Okay, so anyways, let's take a look. We have the Wild Offering Oracle cards. I'm going to stop where it feels right. And it says positivity. All right. If you can find even one thing to be grateful for, it will restore you to the light. Please, dear God, let me always feel gratitude for something, even a tiny thing, in even the hardest situation. Yes. That fits into the reading. It does, yeah, it does. We were just talking about that. Just talking about gratitude. All right. So anyways, Aquarius, I want to go ahead and tell you I love you because I do. And I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you want to be so kind, if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next reading is coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you would like to leave a comment, I would love to hear from you. I absolutely read all of the comments. I try to reply to as many as I can. Sometimes I get behind. I've been sick. Now I'm feeling a little bit better and trying my best. Excuse me. There we go. You can hear the cough. Thankfully, that's almost over. It seems like coughing less and less every day. So anyways, I love you, Aquarius. Take care of yourself, and we'll talk in a few days. Good night.